So, let me guess. You're someone who's recently discovered or has been on self-improvement for a little while now. And on this self-improvement journey, you've started to, make some progress. You're going to the gym, you're doing all the good habits, you're meditating, gratitude journaling, you're starting to build a better physique from going to the gym, you're starting to eat a much better diet, you just feel better in general. Your mental health is so much better. You go on walks in nature, you read books, you talk to people. And because of the progress that you've made, you get excited, you want to share it with other people. And so you go and tell your friends about the progress that you've made. You tell them, listen, if you do this, then you'll get this result. You go to the gym, you'll build a physique and you'll get more girls. Or you meditate and you become more present, you become happier. And you tell them this, and they're just not very receptive. In fact, whenever you bring this stuff up, they kind of make fun of you. They kind of think that you're weird. They're always trying to get you to do these activities which you don't want to do, like maybe drinking, going out, smoking weed, playing video games. And because you're improving, you don't want to do any of these things, but your friends are trying to encourage you to. And you've tried your best to change them. You've tried your best to actually improve their lives and give them valuable advice, which if they did implement would work for them, but they're just not listening to you. Ultimately, they just don't take you seriously. And because of this, now you're pretty much alone. You feel very lonely in a sense because no one around you has this same enthusiasm towards self-improvement, this same mindset. And this is what I like to call the self-improvement trap. This is when you discover all of this self-improvement jazz, you start implementing it all and you feel better because of it, but then eventually you realize that no one around you is doing any of this stuff, specifically your friends, and you try to change them, but they don't want to change. And now you're in a bit of a dilemma. You don't really know what to do next. Do you keep them around? Do you cut them off? Do you send them like a really long paragraph talking about how you're so amazing?
I'm better than you guys and you're all losers.
And just from my experience of this, and the thing that I wish someone had told me a year ago when I went through all this, is that you need to stop viewing them as your friends. Because the truth is, a real friend, he shares your values, he wants you to grow as a person, he respects you and your time, and the things that you want to do in life, he encourages you. Him being in your life makes your life better. He's a complement to an already great life. He's the kind of guy who you go to the gym with, and he constantly pushes you to work harder and harder than before. He's always holding you accountable to your good habits. He always wants to see you working hard, and for the most part, he shares your values. So if you're hanging out with people who don't share your values and don't want the best for you and don't care about you and your goals and you making progress, then why would you put yourself through thinking that you're friends with them? Now the thing is, you can cope all you want, and a lot of the normies here will cope and be like,
oh no, but they're nice people.
And the thing is, anyone can be nice. You're not special if you're a nice person. That should be a basic human trait. Now, I'm not saying that all friends all around the world are going to push each other super hard in life because, as I say, friends share the same values. And so your current friend group who do these things which you don't want to do, all of them, they share the same values. They all play video games. They all smoke weed. These people, they share the same values, but you just don't share those values. And so you're not compatible with them. Now, of course, the last thing that you want to do is start viewing them as your enemies. Do not see these people as your enemies, as against you, because for the longest time, I thought these people were genuinely just against me. I thought, why are these friends of mine, not wanting me to improve? Why are they acting like, crabs in a bucket, just bringing me back down to their level? But all it comes down to is just the fact that they want you to be compatible with them, but you're not. And so if you're not being compatible with their values and their mindsets, they'll try and bring you back to their values and mindsets, which if you're on self-improvement and you're actually improving your life and they're not, it's going to make your life worse. But for them, they think they're doing the right thing. And I know it sounds weird, but remember always, these people are not your enemies in any way. They are simply just not compatible with you. And because they don't want the best for you and they don't want to see you grow, then you're not compatible, and you need to stop viewing them as friends because they're not in any way benefiting your life. And if you keep this in your mind that these people are your friends, then it's only going to make your life quality worse because you've got this belief in your mind which doesn't benefit you. And this comes down to any belief that you have which doesn't benefit you. You need to just cut it off. You need to get rid of it because why have a belief that just makes your life worse? It doesn't benefit you in any way. And the same goes for friendship. And even though these people might say they want the best for you, what they're really saying is, listen,
we want you to be a loser just like us because then you conform to us, so then we don't feel so bad about being losers ourselves.
Okay, so now you know that they're not your friends, but Now, what do you do? Well, firstly, keep in mind these mindsets. Number 1 is you are the sum of the 5 people that you spend the most time with. 2, you are better off alone than being surrounded by losers. And 3, being alone is not the same as being lonely. Let me say that again. Being alone is not the same as being lonely. Because most people think that being alone means that you must be lonely. But that's not true at all. Because ultimately, you can choose to see the positive side in any situation. So while you might think that you're lonely, just because you don't have really anyone that you can call a friend, you can instead shift that perception and now see yourself as someone who's dedicated to self-improvement and who's spending his time leveling up to then become friends with people who he would actually want to be friends with and who are on the same path, instead of wasting his time on people who don't even care about him and who he calls friends even though they only bring him down. And to shift that perception and make friends who are on the same wavelength as you and actually want to improve as well, you're going to have to leave these friends of yours behind. Because really, there's nothing more unappealing when it comes to friendship and self-improvement than seeing another guy who still hasn't got rid of his old friend group, who still, are losers, and just bring him down. And you do not want to be that guy, because then the guys that you want to be friends with, they won't respect you. But remember, once you let these old friends go and just start focusing on yourself, you'll have the room now to make new friends. You can go to the gym and talk to people. You can find online communities. You can literally go into the comment section right now and message someone there. You can do all of these things to create a genuine brotherhood and be around guys who share your values, who want you to level up in life and, level up in the gym, who want you to be happier and more masculine. And the only way to do that is to let go of all of these negative influences around you and just become the guy that you would want to be friends with. Right now, just visualize the kind of person that you would want to be friends with, that you would want to hang out with. This person is probably in really good shape, has a good income, has a really beautiful girlfriend, works super hard in his job or business, and these are all qualities that would be awesome to have. And let me guess, this person that you just visualized in your mind doesn't have these loser friends, does he? He doesn't keep around these old friends from the past because...
Oh, but it would be mean for me to let them go.
No, he knows they're bad for him. He knows that they're not compatible, and he ditched them a long time ago because he knew that he would not be where he is today if he did not take action and cut those people off all those years ago. So just ditch these negative influences around you. Put that time and energy into yourself. Imagine who you would want to be friends with, or who you wish would want to be friends with you, and just become him and see what happens. I hope this video shifts your mindset and helps you become the best version of you. Thank you for watching, and stay focused.